Hello and good morning. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Jackson Root, Content and Creative Marketing Manager at DTEN. Let's go ahead and get started. So today we're talking about new ways that we can reinvent the hybrid office. We're talking about Workspace Reservations, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new Zoom Whiteboard. So as I mentioned a minute ago, my name is Jackson Root, Content and Creative Marketing Manager at DTEN, and I'll be running the webinar this morning on the back end. And joining me today is Scott Krickerberg, our Head of Strategic Alliances, Carly Noble, Senior Product Marketing Manager at Zoom, and Mark Berrigan, Head of Zoom Rooms for North America. And also we are joined this morning by Nishta Singh. She is going to be handling a lot of our Q&A on the back end. So really a great crew for today's webinar to cover a very exciting new topic, which is becoming a real business imperative moving into 2022. So a couple of housekeeping items before we get started. We do have the chat turned off just to maintain the flow of the webinar. If you do have any questions at all or any comments that you want to make, please direct them to the Q&A and we'll answer them sometimes live. A lot of them will pull right out of the Q&A directly during our presentation if they're relevant, and others we'll save. We have time at the end for Q&A as well. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and we'll jump right in. So one other thing before we get started is a lot of the new features that we're going to be going through and seeing this morning are features that are still in development, things that are still rapidly being developed and rolled out as we move forward. And by the time they're actually available, they may change just a little bit. So a lot of these things are future looking, not quite here yet. So just keep that in mind. A lot of this stuff is brand new, hot off the presses. So I'll run through our agenda really quickly and I'll hand it off to Scott. Actually, Scott, if you want to walk us through the agenda, let's go from there.
Yeah, sure. So what we're going to talk about today, Workspace Reservations, a great new tool from Zoom. What we're going to look at are key considerations for your new hybrid office, software and hardware that you can deploy to make it easy and effective to return back to the new hybrid office.
Sorry, Scott, I think you're muted.
All the great features that Workspace Reservations can bring to your company, to your facility. We're going to see that live demo and walk you through how fantastic that new feature set is. Talk about collaborative experiences, how you can empower those, bring meeting equity to your entire organization, and then cap it off with the new Zoom Whiteboard, what that's going to look like, how you can deploy that in your organization. And finally, Q&A will wrap up with your questions, and hopefully we can get to as many of those as possible. What's great first? First thing, Zoom, not only talks the talk, they walk the walk. So what's great is in San Jose at HQ, Mark Berrigan, head of Zoom Rooms for North America, is standing by where they have deployed Workspace Reservations. We're going to throw it to him. You're going to see a live walkthrough from Zoom's office using DTEN hardware to deploy the new Workspace Reservations. So appreciate it, Mark. Great to see you. Throw it over to you. Thanks again.
Awesome. So excited to show you guys what we have here today, which is the Workspace Reservation system that we just deployed early this year. So currently right now it's in a public beta preview. So, but it's available for everybody to try. So we're deploying them here at our Zoom headquarters. So as I walk through the front doors here of our headquarters, whether I'm a Zoomie or a visitor, I'm going to be greeted first and foremost over here by a virtual kiosk using the DTEN Meet. So really cool what I could do over here. This is not a new application, but this used to be something that was extremely expensive to deploy in the past, right? We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of software in the background, custom integration. These devices used to be $10,000 to $15,000. This right here is a sub $800 device over here, the DTEN Meet. And you can see up here that I can quickly run up here and click on either reception or Workspace Reservation. So this right here is really cool because it opens up a floor plan of our building over here, and I can quickly zoom through. And let's just say, for example, I wanted to get Joshua Tree today. I simply can come over here, click on the date and time I want, or sorry, the scheduling slot that I want, click on next, and quickly reserve that spot. So really cool what I could do with Workspace Reservation. We're rolling these out in all the floors we have here at our Zoom headquarters, and it's super simple to set up. Just give it power and network, and we're off and running. So very powerful. And just really quickly on reception here, you can see that I can use this virtual kiosk as more than just a workspace reservation. I have here where I can click on and get a live receptionist. I can get deliveries, so FedEx, UPS. If they're going to come into the office, they can quickly get to shipping and receiving, and so forth. A lot of different customizable buttons that you can use here with the workspace reservation system, as well as the virtual kiosk. As I walk around as well, you're going to notice over here that we have the all-in-one DTEN D7. And so if I didn't walk over to the virtual kiosk, all of our floors are going to be deployed with this over here. And again, super simple. In the past, this used to be a touch screen with a compute device on there. This now is an all-in-one. So you just give it power, and you can put it on Wi-Fi, or you could obviously wire it if you have that capability. But I can quickly go here and do the same thing I did over there, click on a time slot that I want, and reserve a slot on the fly. So really cool what I could do. And I can pinch and zoom over here to get more granular details. So really cool what I could do with these, and super, super simple to deploy. One final stop over here what we have is as I'm walking through the offices as well over here, you're going to notice that we have our open area spaces where we have cubicles. And we have a lot of hot desking capabilities. So this is just a regular floor here at Zoom headquarters. And what you're going to notice over here on the hot desk capability, this is a D10 knee. So we showed you it using virtual kiosk at the front of the tour. But the cool thing here is, I could take my cell phone and quickly go up to it, scan the QR code. So you can see here, once I scan it, I check in. Really easy to go ahead and check in. And just like that, this becomes my system for the day or for the hour or for whatever amount of time that I want it for. So really simple to do that. And when I'm done, I could check out and I'm out of here. So I can simply go over here and then check out, quickly on the fly. So really powerful what I could do with Workspace Reservation. And we're just getting started. I also could do here, do not disturb, or I can check it out for an additional 30 minutes or 1 hour. So very powerful, very simple to deploy. We're going to have these throughout the office space over here at Zoom headquarters. So looking forward to showing you guys more, and you guys are going to hear so much more today from Scott and Jackson and Carle. So please feel free to get that chat session going and be interactive today as we take you through the additional and advanced features of what's coming and what's already here today with Workspace Reservation. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Mark. Definitely appreciate that. And as you guys can see there in a short amount of time, how simple and easy this solution can be for adoption at your organization. So this is not the first innovative offering that DTEN and Zoom have brought to the market together. We've been partners in collaboration since 2017. DTEN D7 was the first all-in-one device for Zoom rooms, and we continue to lead the ecosystem with these new designs, these new use cases, and using customer feedback and the needs of our joint customers. We're designing these solutions together. That includes the development and the engineering. The software, the hardware, they're optimized to work together to provide exceptional performance for every application that you're going to see with Zoom. Also, the industry-leading simplicity and value. So what you see there, there's not a lot of integration needed. We're plugging it in, providing power, like you said, Wi-Fi or a hardwired Ethernet connection gets your device up and running immediately, easy to provision, log in, and set up on the back end with Zoom. So some exceptional value and simplicity to scale your projects, but also make them very adoptable for every one of your employees.
Cool. So going into the flexible hybrid office, we're talking about workspace reservations and why that's become such a business imperative. A couple of things to think about. This is according to a recent Gartner report. Looking at less than 30% of digital workers will select the corporate office as their primary place of work, right? So very few of us now looking into next year planning to be in the office full time, right? And 60% will prefer a workspace that is equipped with wellness equipment or just it's designed for better health. And over 40% of us by next year, we'll be working in a shared workspace environment. So you might be working from a hot desk, you might be spending time in a phone booth, we'll look at a little bit later on. But this is your cubicle way of thinking is kind of gone away in the last 18 months. And by 2030, so not that far from now, according to Gartner, they're saying that 48% of us will work completely remotely. Like myself, Scott as well, we work completely remotely for DTEN. So that's become the norm. Carly as well, I believe, is working remotely. So, workspace reservations, being able to go into the office and check out a desk for the day has really become a business imperative to attract and maintain your talent. So when you combine this new workspace feature, which we're going to go through in a minute, with DTEN devices, right, you're opening your workspace for more flexibility, more consistent experiences across all these touch points, more enhanced productivity for your teams, better inclusion, and of course, better safety, right, for everybody involved. So ultimately, you're building a better workspace for all of your hybrid teams and just a better place to work overall. So with that, I'm going to hand it off to Carly now, and she's going to walk us through some of the new things that are happening over at Zoom for Workspace Reservations.
Great. Hello, everyone. It's great to talk today about Workspace Reservations. We are super excited to talk to you about our new Workspace Reservations feature. So as we were talking about previously, the workspace is changing. People are coming into the office maybe once a month, once a quarter, maybe once a week, while some people are coming in daily. And the workspace is going to need to accommodate those flexible schedules that people have, as well as the differing ways that people are working. So we have built this workspace reservation feature that launched at the end of 2021 in December. It's in public beta right now, as Mark said, really to help organizations with the changing workplace. So I am going to show you a video next of what it looks like. And we're super excited to share this with you.
Whether you're returning to the office, working from home, or a combination of the two, accommodating flexible work styles is key. Organizations also need to provide an intuitive, flexible, and secure experience for employees in the office. Workspace Reservation brings all this together by enabling users to book desks and spaces directly from an interactive map. Let's take a look. Let's say you're planning to come into the office next week and want to book a space in advance. From your desktop, you can open a map of the office and see which spaces are available, from touch devices and phones to an empty desk. You can even see where your colleagues are sitting that day. It's easy to select and book a seat. Or even better, you can ask Zoom to recommend a seat for you. Zoom's built-in intelligence will help select the best seat based on things like your preferences and even which of your frequent collaborators might be in the office that day. When you arrive in the office, a map of the floor plan is displayed using a Zoom Rooms kiosk. If you didn't book a seat already, you can easily find and reserve a seat using the interactive touch display. Once you book your seat in advance, you can pull up your mobile phone to help guide you to your desk. At your desk, the Zoom Rooms appliance or Zoom Phone appliance shows that it's reserved for you. You can easily scan the QR code with your phone to confirm your check-in. Now, the desk transforms into a personal space, fully customized for you. It has your calendar and your contacts, so you can quickly go on with your work. It's just like bringing your home office with you. And at the end of the day, you are automatically signed out, so your data is never left behind. Workspace Reservation will help you build dynamic offices that streamline workflows and empower employees. With a seamless setup and device-agnostic flexibility, you can create the frictionless hybrid workspaces your teams need to succeed. Whether you're returning to the office, working from home, or a combination of the two, accommodating flexible work styles is key. Whether you're returning to the office, organizations also need to provide an intuitive, flexible, and secure.
All right. So sorry about that. It went on a bit of a loop. So as you can see from the video, we really aim to have a simple, easy way that customers can view openings, see who they want to sit next to, what kind of device they want to have at the desk for the day, reserve the space at home before they get into the office in advance, or when they get into the office. That works as well, and we'll go through those different options. And then with a DTEN device at the desk, they're able to check in, scan a QR code as Mark showed and you saw in the video, and start their work from the day. So that device becomes their personal Zoom device for the day. All of their meetings populate within that device, and they can seamlessly join and change calls. They also then can extend the time that they would like to be at the desk or check out early if that is the case. And then after that, their information, they're no longer checked in, and it's available for other people to use. From a just from a desk perspective, we have reservation only spaces as well as hardware deployed spaces that we're focusing on today. So the hardware deployed spaces have this QR code check-in, as well as the ability to make it your personal Zoom room for the day. It's super exciting what we're able to do with DTEN and touch devices to really make this experience really unique and exciting for employees. So I'm going to walk you through what the admin and user experience looks like so you can get a feel with how easy it is to set up and the different ways that you can configure the desks. So from an admin perspective, we wanted this to be very simple. The admins can use the portal that they know today for Zoom and really just upload a floor map and drag desks and rooms onto the floor map. So this makes it really easy to integrate both workspaces that are desks with DTENs as well as rooms as well. So Zoom rooms can be on here and they can be booked as well. At the desk, we have the ability to show the status. So if it's reserved, only the person that reserved the desk is able to sign into the desk. If they don't check in with a certain amount of time, you have the option to be able to release that desk for other people to use. Folks can come up and let's say they really want that desk and they want to reserve it for tomorrow, they're able to do that. If a desk is available, it shows a screen and they can reserve it right on that desk, right on that touch screen as well. The other feature that is super great about this is kiosk. So as the workspace is evolving, we wanted a way for employees to come into the office to connect with receptionists that might not be there in person, or IT that might not be there in person, or HR. So there's a lot of different departments or use cases that you can use virtual receptionist for. So on the left, you can see the icon for call a receptionist. This connects you with whoever the company has set up on the other line. So you can have somebody check in for the day, to ask a question, to get help when they need it. And then the other option that we have available is Workspace Reservation, which we are talking about. So it's the ability to reserve a workspace. So if you did not do it before you got into the office, you can do it right here. Or let's say you realized your coworker is sitting somewhere else and you want to move your desk next to them. Or you actually want to have one desk in the morning and one in the afternoon, just based on where people are sitting. You're able to make that personalized decision right here, as well as figure out where other people are sitting. One really nice thing is you can search workspaces, and you can also search to see where your coworkers are sitting, which is super nice. Here you can see a setup. We have a virtual receptionist on the left, and then on the right we have the workspace reservation. And these are all on DTEN devices that you can touch and interact with. The other nice part about Workspace Reservation is you can get live updates on what is available and who is sitting where, like I said, and put that on digital signage throughout the office. So if you already have digital signage, you can add this to your rotation, or you can have screens that are dedicated to this. So people can figure out like, hey, I want to know where Scott's sitting today and go find him, or I want to know if this room's open. In real time, changing with the actual availability, I can see these desks and workspaces and if they're reserved or not. And with that, I am going to turn it over to Scott, who's going to talk about more about these collaboration and workspaces and how how DTEN devices can work with them.
Thank you so much, Carly. I think this is, a fantastic function that you guys are bringing, to the platform. And, what's great, and I saw some of this in chat, right, is when you are scanning that QR code, you are entering that device with your personal Zoom license, right? So your contacts come in, your calendar comes in. So it's a really nice integration of scheduler, right? Reserving that room, reserving that space, but also logging you into that space and bringing, all of your personal Zoom stuff into that environment, right? So you can easily work from any location during the day. And that's what's great about DTEN hardware, is we can deploy the solution to any size space, right? What we do is talk to facility managers all the time, right, Mark? And they're very interested in unique ways to deploy a new space. So what we see a lot are these new phone booths, right? Either a single person space, one or two people that are distanced, like in that phone booth there on the right. But the 27-inch Mi Pro brings all these experiences to that space. So it makes it ideal to reserve just a cubicle, just a desk space, a phone booth. But then once you start thinking all the way up into our D7 series, which goes up to a dual 75-inch, you can still cover a large room, a large meeting room. And that's what's great is regardless of size, you can deploy the right space that you need for your organization. And like I said, that brings in your ability to do a video call, a phone call, present shared content wirelessly, bring up the whiteboard and annotate in that meeting. And that's what's great about Rooms and Zoom is just exploding as a platform, and all these amazing features, are brought to the table to help you collaborate and communicate regardless of location.
Yeah, and I'll just add that, even here at Zoom headquarters, we're doing a lot of phone booths, but we also have a lot of hot desking and open environments, flex spaces, we call them. And a lot of our customers are the same thing. They want that flexibility, right? One size, in this case, one size does fit all with the D10 Me, where you could do phone booths, you could do flex spaces, you can get very creative what we could do. And the use cases with the D10 Me Pro are really unlimited with the workspace reservations. We're putting them all over the place, and they're very flexible, very easy to use and set up. Again, as I mentioned before at the head of the tour, this used to be complex to set up, right? You would have the collaboration platform, and then you would have an additional platform for workspace reservation. It's awesome what we've accomplished here, and what Carly was taking us through is it's all on our platform. Same place you go ahead and configure Zoom meetings, Zoom phone, Zoom rooms, same place that you go and you configure workspace reservations. So really cool what we've accomplished here with the D10 devices in general.
Absolutely, and D10 is unique in this use case, in this specific ecosystem, because we have from the front end to the back end. So whether you want that 27-inch kiosk when you enter, or you do want a 55-inch or a 75-inch display that's touchscreen enabled, so you can zoom around, stretch in and out, find the right space for you. D10 is the vendor bringing that complete solution from the map all the way to the desk and completing that use case. So, great work by both companies to bring this to market. And we've already seen, great results and adoption right off the bat from some of our customers. Carly, thank you so much. We definitely appreciate you joining us. We hope to have you back again as Workspace Reservations continues to evolve. You bring more features and more usability to the ecosystem. So thank you very much for coming in and walking everyone through it, and just empowering everyone with the knowledge of what Workspace Reservations can bring for them.
Absolutely happy to. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you very much. So another exciting thing coming to the D10 series and to Zoom is the new Zoom Whiteboard. So you've started to see some of this new whiteboard being leaked out since Zoomtopia. It's definitely come a long way between now and then. But what's great about this is like it says, unparalleled collaboration. So the ability to use this whiteboard, from your home office, collaborate at home on a D10 Me, return to the office and have a large format screen in 55-inch or 75-inch, and being able to share that, work together, collaborate with teams remotely. It's also bringing that next level experience to the Zoom Room platform. Let's take a little preview at this. We have a video here for the new Zoom whiteboard. Let's take a look.
An idea can start anywhere, but ideas become something bigger when collaboration happens. Zoom whiteboards allow you to collaborate in real time and continue the project after meeting with your colleagues. It's easy for people anywhere to contribute to the same project, like escalating a call to a Zoom room. Collaborate with innovative features that make it simple for hybrid teams to interact in new ways, like using your tablet in companion mode. The easy to share and easy to access persistent Zoom whiteboard means you can pick up right where you left off. Collaborate together in a Zoom Rooms for Touch. Add sticky notes, images, and annotations where needed. Or you can fully contribute to projects on Zoom Whiteboard, on your laptop, your mobile device, in different locations. The Zoom Rooms for Touch whiteboard works as an extension of your virtual canvas, allowing groups of people to work on the same project together. And because Zoom Whiteboard's infinite canvas is virtual, users will be able to interact through a range of devices. Walk into any Zoom room and share your content wirelessly. It's advanced collaboration using the same easy-to-use and reliable video technology you know and love. With Zoom Whiteboard, get more done together.
What I think is cool about this tie-in is, both of these functions together, right, in a single platform. So, eventually being able to reserve just usage of that whiteboard, right, is on the horizon. So being able to use Workspace Reservations to reserve that piece of hardware, walk into that room or use that flex space, recall your whiteboard, start getting to work. All of these great features, really work together to enable, the Zoom customer to collaborate very effectively, right? Regardless of location, it's all hybrid. So some of the really cool features of this new Zoom whiteboard is that infinite canvas. So now you can zoom in, you can zoom out. You really have as much space as you need to build that whiteboard. They're also persistent. So you can access this whiteboard in or out of a Zoom meeting. So being able to recall those without being in a meeting, just to draw on them, collaborate, annotate, work on that project from any device, I think is extremely powerful. Something new that I enjoy is dragging and dropping images. So now you can put those on your whiteboard, use the shapes and connectors to kind of draw through evolution. And this is just a big step forward on that new Zoom whiteboard, having those images directly on the screen. Sticky notes are great. So you can place those anywhere on the board to write notes. You can tag another team member, leaving them notes or suggestions on that project. Shapes and connectors are taking a huge step forward. So we know right now you can do the circle, the square, shapes are in there, but this is the next level, right? Being able to draw that flow chart using the arrows, the connectors, that's something new and great for the whiteboard. And then sharing. So that's a big part of why we're talking about hybrid office and giving people the tools to collaborate. So now sharing this whiteboard with your team, with your classroom, there's all sorts of advantages to seeing that team right there on the screen, who's involved in this project, what their feedback, their activity is, and then being able to share that in a chat so you can take it with you, email it out, or save that whiteboard to be recalled on a different device later. So huge improvements to the whiteboard, right?
Yeah, I personally use the whiteboard a lot, and I'm super excited about the persistent whiteboard, being able to recall a saved whiteboard, share it with other teammates that maybe couldn't make that meeting. That to me is a very powerful tool I'm looking forward to on a D7 or even on my Me Pro. I have it on my desk right now.
But what we're finding out, right, Mark, is it's really simplicity is what matters. We've lived in this space where, similar type of activities and applications have been seen before, they've just been complicated. They've been super expensive, right? And very difficult to really access or democratize for everyone, right? So they can collaborate and feel engaged. And I think that's what we're doing now is, making it so simple that adoption is going through the roof.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, advanced whiteboarding is very powerful, and there's tools out there that are very powerful that sit on a separate, once again, a separate platform. So we wanted to incorporate this to make it a whole lot easier to use, not just power users, right? Which power users will get a lot of advantages with the new whiteboard that we've completely redesigned. However, I think the everyday user, they're going to be able to also incorporate a lot of these use cases that we're seeing, like infinite whiteboard, and not just whiteboarding on a whiteboard itself, right? Like you were mentioning, Scott, if I want to, go away with an iPad or my MacBook, I can quickly build these diagrams and think of it as not just an advanced whiteboard, but also an advanced presentation tool. So, there's a lot of different use cases for our whiteboard as it comes out. And I'll say that, we're doing this not just from a tablet and PC and Mac perspective, but we're also doing it into the rooms and the spaces. And that's a little bit different as well. So, working with you guys, DTEN and your own ones, this gives me the capability to incorporate it into the hardware now. Whereas in the past, I think it really just lived on, your mobile devices and your Mac, your laptop. So that's where I think it's going to take it to the next level. And, just like our client, we made it powerful and it scaled to the everyday user during the pandemic. Same approach we're taking here, just like with Workspace reservation system, right? We wanted to make it simple to use that scales out and not make it too complicated. So I think we hit the nail on the head with both the whiteboarding capabilities and the Workspace reservation system, as you guys saw on the tour here, very, very simple to use.
You know what, I think the uniqueness, right? The big game changer is having that touchscreen, right? That changes the experience for both of these features, right? So being able to touch the map, being able to touch the whiteboard, that it's such a difference maker, right? When it comes to the experience, because we all know people who aren't big fans of using a keyboard and a mouse on a whiteboard. And that's been the experience mostly up until now. So having that touchscreen, the freedom to draw, the freedom to tap, zoom, pick a room, pick a space, attach images, right? The touchscreen experience is just what is bringing some of these features differently to the market, right?
And you hit on it earlier, Scott, and I think we can't emphasize it enough that we work together as a team with DTEN and Zoom. And that's a big difference, because in the past when we do integrations, you'd see integrations out there, it was like, here's an API, good luck. And I think now, our teams work closely. Like I see how you guys work with Carly, right? You guys are constantly communicating and making sure that, it's going to work in your hardware environment, in your ecosystem, and vice versa with us. So, we have the best of both worlds here. We're a SaaS company. We're not a hardware company. So we're going to focus on the software side of the house, and you guys are world-class hardware companies. So you guys will focus on that. And then when we meet in the middle, I think that's where the real magic happens. And that's where we can really take this to the next level on, and for those of you out there, I would say, please try it out, because I think for us to just sit here and say that it's easy is one thing, but when you guys start setting these things up, as Carly was showing you in the admin portal, it truly is a simpler approach to both the setup and the use of it. So, and that comes from the collaboration that we've done with DTEN, and we just want to thank you guys for being there for us and creating these, these world-class devices to make all these use cases possible.
Absolutely, right. These aren't devices, that you're buying commercially and putting Zoom on and praying for the best, right? They are optimized to bring these experiences, with huge value and simplicity. And that's what's great about our relationship is how optimized, how together we are and moving forward and innovating and bringing new platform options to our joint customers. So we learned a lot today. We saw some really great things. I definitely appreciate you being on site, Mark, showing us, how these things are deployed today. These are real applications where you can, right, Carly, talk to your Zoom rep, be enabled to use that Workspace reservations experience, right? We can bring that to our customers today and let them start to get a feel for how simple and how powerful this feature really is.
Yes, if you have at least one Zoom Rooms license on your account and you're an admin, you could go set it up today. So you'll start seeing the workspace reservation settings and hot desk toggle when you add a room. So you can do everything. Today we have support documents if you're interested, and if you have any questions, talk to your Zoom rep.
You know, not only are we optimized on experience with the hardware and the software, Mark, but we're also optimized to dial in our customers, right? So we're working together. There's Zoom Room specialists, there's DTEN specialists. We work together every day to have that one-on-one consultation. So you are comfortable with the software, with the hardware. We get you dialed in, we get you set up, and those devices and these licenses are available for you to take for a spin today. So we're asking you to please reach out. You can scan that QR code. You can reach out to us directly, but we are definitely looking forward to providing you this experience. Once you use it, once you have it, you'll realize how simple it is, how your adoption will go up, and just, you know, what a great set of features that this platform has really evolved to become.
Yeah, and I'll just mention that we're just getting started, right? So all the D7s you guys have today, you saw, I don't know if you guys saw it out there, we posted some videos where we now have Smart Gallery that we went back and retrofitted the D7s on there with. Same thing, Workspace Reservation, we're just getting started. So we're gonna be adding so much more, as Carly's alluded to. This is just Rev 1, and I would say it's very exciting what we're gonna be coming out with. So, you know, for those of you who take the journey with us, just know that you're gonna be using an evolving product that's just gonna add so much more feature and functionalities as you guys, the customer base, come back to us and tell us, you know, we need these features, we need this workflow. You know, we're very flexible and being able to get that into the product. You know, so please work with us and let us know, you know, what you think of our current workspace reservation, and you know, a lot more to come based on feedback. That's just how Zoom has grown organically throughout the years, is feedback from our customers. So, you know, we've done a very, very good job in bringing the most popular features that are requested into our platform and keeping them simple, and, you know, no difference here. We're going to do the same thing with all the what we showed you here today.
Yep, I think we answered most of the questions, right? We got around to a lot of those questions. So thank you very much for being on here, Nishta, and helping with that. 34 answers she provided in the background. So we hope you got your questions answered today. If not, please reach out. We're more than happy to set up that one-on-one and walk you through how you can be enabled with DTEN, with Zoom Rooms, with Workspace Reservations, with Whiteboard. So please reach out. And I can't thank you guys enough from Zoom for joining us today and bringing this feature to the market with DTEN.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.